Wendy, thank you very much for joining us. You've seen this morning's presentations at the Rio Convention's Pavilion Oceans Day. What do you make of what's been said? What do you make of some of the ideas that have come up in the discussions?
Well, thank you for asking me, and thank you for allowing me to be here. Certainly from the opinion of the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO, who, of course, we are the focal point for ocean science and observations within the UN system. We are delighted, first of all, that this is happening, that in Ocean Day, that there are so many leaders and institutions that have come together for this day, and we're certainly grateful to the Global Ocean Forum to be such a wonderful partner and to be able to do this. I think the fact that we have so many people here and so many institutions represented really speaks to the fact that the ocean community is coming together because we all have a concern. We have a concern that the ocean is not enough of a priority in the context of sustainability that it should be. But I think that the turnout and the fact that there are, I haven't counted all the ocean side events here at Rio+20, but there are many, and this is unprecedented, especially given the fact that just a year ago last March, going into the second preparatory meeting, the ocean was absent from any text. So I think the message coming out today, and what I'm happy to see, is that the ocean is important, that it's largely the ocean community here that is trying to push it, but we've also seen others, some policymakers, decision makers here, who are also acknowledging that, yes, the ocean needs to be a priority. And if you look at the text right now, there are about 20 paragraphs. This is unprecedented, and I'm delighted.
Outside of the negotiations, it seems to be a subject that really has caught the public's imagination. Why do you think that is?
The ocean? Well, I think there is more media, and the media are very helpful in this regard because you look at the pollution that's happening, you look at what's happening with the greenhouse gas emissions. We have talked so long about global warming. We would be much warmer now were it not for the ocean acting as a buffer and absorbing the heat. But as you may know, because of the carbon dioxide emissions, the ocean also absorbs the majority of the carbon dioxide. This is causing the oceans to become more acid. Well, it doesn't take much to figure out that more acid ocean is not going to be good for the animals that live there or any of the marine resources that live there. So this is really taking on an added dimension. There are, again, many more side events here on ocean acidification, and I really see this as one of the most important challenges, not just to the ocean, but to the planet.
And are we seeing much movement on this on ocean acidification? I mean, you were in Durban, you were at many side events, you were talking to a number of the delegates there. It's another way, I guess, of stressing the need to combat climate change. But on the ocean acidification point, are you seeing much movement?
Well, I'm seeing more media about it. I am seeing that there are some decision makers, politicians now seem to be more aware of the ocean acidification issue. One thing that we were very happy to see with the original text was the proposal to have a network of observations of ocean acidification. And because the IOC of UNESCO leads on the global ocean observing system, we were very excited to see this, and we think it's absolutely necessary. You can't have good policy without good science, and you can't have good science without good observation. So we feel that this is still extremely important, and we would like to see it happen. The text has been, I would say, watered down a little bit. It doesn't actually refer to that, but I really hope that it will come back, because we so much need the observations to support everything that we do.
Because the oceans, I guess, they belong to us all, they don't belong to any particular country. In a sense, I guess it's hard to get countries to take responsibility for them. Are you seeing, through the work you've been doing and the people you've been speaking, heads of state willing to take responsibility for the oceans, or are we just seeing more lip service and more pledges to do their bit to protect the seas?
I think the great majority of nations are seeing the need to protect certainly biodiversity beyond in areas beyond national jurisdiction. There are some issues with some countries, and but my understanding is from what I've seen, is they're really trying to work that out. I mean, it is through consensus, and I think we're making progress. But yes, obviously, the great majority of the ocean is in areas that belong to no one. This is really the global commons. And it can't be the fact that, since nobody owns it, nobody looks after it. It has to be that we all have a responsibility to look after it. So I'm really hopeful that we can make a breakthrough in that.
Okay, final question. What's your minimum when you leave Rio? What's the minimum you want to see in the text when this summit is finished?
I really, as an intergovernmental organization, it's not for me to say what is the minimum. I mean, we would like to see, as I say, more observations. We certainly want to see a reference to the importance of science for underpinning decision making. We certainly would like to see also more stress on capacity building and transfer of marine technology to underdeveloped countries. And there is reference to the IOC guidelines on transfer of marine technologies, so we're happy about that. I guess maybe that is the least. I want to see that retained, but I would like to see more emphasis on the need to assist developing countries. It is one planet, it is one ocean, and you cannot solve problems in the ocean within one country or one region. It has to be global, and we all need to be working together. We are only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. So I would like to see a real focus on marine science and transfer of marine technology.